It is so fun out here. Hold on, let me get my little thing together. Am I in the frame? Am I even in the frame? Let me fix my little OBS. Okay, so today we talking about Richard Pryor. I know R.I.P. Richard Pryor. He been gone for a while now, but this Richard Pryor tea been spilling on the streets. Richard Pryor's ex-bodyguard, well, former bodyguard, because he's no longer alive. He doesn't need a bodyguard. But Richard Pryor's former bodyguard has been online, interviewing because he has this tell-all book coming out. And he is telling everything. I mean, everything. And he's spilling tea about people who's still alive and they all in their feelings, and people issuing denials, and some people are actually, confirming it. But let me get into this. Okay. So apparently the big news about Richard Pryor is that he ordered a hit out on his fellow comedian, Paul Mooney, after Paul Mooney allegedly had intimate relations with Richard Pryor's son. Now, what everybody is like hemming and hawing about is that this reportedly happened sometime in the 80s, and Richard Pryor's son, Richard Pryor Jr., was very, very young around that time. Well, actually, he was somewhere, late teens or whatever, when Richard Pryor found out. But we don't know if the actual incident happened when he was much younger. But when Richard Pryor found out, he ordered his bodyguard to handle Paul Mooney. He wanted to take him off the earth because of what he had done to his son. I want to let y'all hear what the bodyguard had to say, child. I'm going to let y'all hear what the bodyguard had to say. I'm just like, oh, it's too much. It's too much. How we gonna process all this? Richard ain't even here to tell us what had happened. Richard is not here. So the bodyguard's name is Rashawn Khan. He did an interview with Comedy Hype. He claimed that Pryor was planning to put a $1 million bounty on Paul Mooney's head after finding out that Paul Mooney had violated his young son. Here's what he had to say. Hold on, let me turn this up. Here's what he had to say.
Relationship became fragile.
Okay.
Because Paul Mooney had Richard's son by that time.
So Richard passed away in 2005. Where was his and Paul's relationship at that time?
Well, from
wait a minute,
JoJo
let's rewind. Did you hear that first statement?
The relationship became fragile.
Okay.
Because Paul Mooney had Richard's son by that time.
So Richard passed away in 2005. Where was his and Paul's relationship at that time?
Well, from
what had happened
JoJo Dancer on, the relationship became fragile.
Okay.
Because Paul Mooney had Richard's son by that time.
Okay.
And he violated. And that's any man, if you violate their children like that. Mm-hmm. So Paul took advantage of the situation. Mm-hmm. And so from there on, whatever Paul Mooney was to Richard, and there was a time that Paul Mooney was Richard's friend. I acknowledge that, which is why the gay community really couldn't say anything they attempted to about Richard, because Paul Mooney was his friend. And they laughed. So when Paul did what he did, it was a violation of friendship first, and then my son,
Right.
So
and then
everybody is like, diving into these claims, like how old was the son? When did it happen? Why was he so upset when Richard Pryor allegedly was bisexual? He was getting it in too, they say. But apparently this happened in the 80s, 1980, and the bodyguard claims that the only reason he didn't carry out this hit or get somebody to carry out this hit, I mean, $1 million is a lot of money. Like, I'm sure somebody would have took him up on it. But the only reason it didn't happen, according to the bodyguard, was because he, you know, burned himself up in that crack raid. Not the crack raid, Lord have mercy. When he was freebasing and he was in the accident where he burned himself up, that was the only reason that the situation didn't go down as planned. Now, there are some other people who are actually confirming the claims, because online people have been talking about it. And the wife, actually, Jennifer Lee Pryor, has hit the internet and basically, you know, she confirmed that, you know, something happened. Hold on, let me pull this up. She confirmed that something happened, and that, you know, DeShawn, which is the bodyguard, was basically claiming that it was a child, that, you know, that his son was underage. So she's giving y'all clues without telling y'all everything. So she's on Twitter. People are asking her questions and she is responding. And some of the things that she's saying, here's one of them. Hold on, let me put this down here. Hold on. She said that it is true. She said that, how can I put this in the front? I'm sorry, y'all. She said that it is true that it happened and that y'all need to talk to Richard Pryor Jr. She said, true, RP Jr. confirmed this at the luncheon I gave after Richard's funeral service. He announced it to the entire restaurant full of guests. I have it on tape. So Jennifer saying the son that confirmed it, and she got the son confirming it on tape. And so people continued to ask her questions, and she continued to answer them. And she was like, look, you know, I would direct your question to DeShawn, RP's former bodyguard, who broke the news on YouTube. I only confirmed that RP Jr. announced at the luncheon following RP's funeral that PM seduced him, Paul Mooney. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Richard Pryor Jr. is openly gay, okay? But, you know, what everybody is in their feelings about is, when did this happen? He was in his teens. Paul Mooney was in his 30s, you know, around the time. Like, you know, everybody's looking like, oh, I can understand why Richard Pryor was upset, especially if his son was a teenager. There's a lot going on with this. Like, people are really in their feelings. Like, when did it happen? You know, here's somebody asking a question about, you know, JoJo Dancer was in 1986. Is that when the act happened or when Richard found out? It makes a difference. So apparently he found out in the 80s, or, you know, immediately preceding JoJo Dancer. And Paul Mooney was supposed to be in JoJo Dancer or something, and Richard, like, banished him from around him. But I don't know. Some people are saying there's a picture circulating of Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney after that, and I guess apparently they made amends. But wait, there's more, because the son has come forward to actually confirm some of this. I just want to say this. Oh, I forgot to mention, the wife also kind of confirmed that he was underage too, because the wife mentioned that he was a child at the time. So the wife is giving you little clues. The wife said, DeShawn states clearly child. I know besides Junior confirming during the luncheon, I was told Mooney got kicked off JoJo's set and sent home because something happened in the trailer with Junior and Mooney. Any more granular detail? Ask DeShawn. So everybody was like, woo, she's giving details. She's giving specifics. Other things she was saying, somebody was like, it's a lie, whatever. The wife also said, I didn't fucking make these allegations. We filmed the event and it's private. So she said she ain't gonna release the tape of the funeral or the repast. She said, find the originator of this mess, DeShawn Khan. I confirmed what I know to be true. RP Jr. announced it at RP's funeral luncheon. PM seduced him. Now go fuck yourself and cease and desist from your threat. So people been threatening her, calling her a liar, saying all this stuff about her. Meanwhile, Paul Mooney issued a statement via his publicist saying there's no validity to Rashawn Khan's statement as it relates to Paul Mooney. But after he issued that statement, Richard Pryor Jr. was caught on the streets of LA, and here's what he had to say about it.
And I want to talk to you about the claims from DeShawn Khan that you and Paul Mooney had a sexual relationship back in the 80s.
Thank you.
Is there any truth to that? I know that Paul Mooney's denied it.
Well, whatever happened in my life, it happened when I was young, way before the 80s.
Okay, so was it a consensual relationship?
Did you hear that? He said it happened when he was young, well before the 80s. So wait a minute. He's accusing this man of molesting him. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me hear.
Consensual if I was a teenager.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Wait. He said it could not be consensual.
Okay, so was it a consensual relationship?
How could any relationship be consensual if I was a teenager?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. And Paul Mooney's denied the claim. So do you have anything you want to say to him?
Well, I really have nothing to say at all about the situation.
Were you aware of the alleged hate that your father put out on Paul Mooney that Rashawn Khan claims?
No, I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so he said whatever happened in my life happened when I was young, way before the 80s. When asked if the relationship was consensual, he said, how can any relationship be consensual if I was a teenager? Looks like there's some skeletons. Latasha Boone said that Richard Pryor Jr. was born in 1961. Y'all do the math. In the 80s, he was what, 60, 70, 80. He was like 18 in 1980. If it happened before that, he was 16, 15, 14. I mean, if he was 16, 15, 14, I don't know. Thank you so much, Latasha. Look, it's a mess. It's a whole mess. And look, speaking of messes, let's move on to the next mess, child. Speaking of messes, I don't even know where to begin. Future got another baby mama. We already know Future got another baby mama by the name of Eliza Reign. This is Future's 6th child, I believe, 7 if you count his stepson. Eliza Reign did hit up the Twitters. She's upset with Future because she feel like Future done smoothed her over now that she had the baby. I guess he made so many promises, but he has ghosted her once again. So now she is left with a baby that, she thought she was going to get a check for. She ain't getting a check. So she decided to hit the, the courts to sue Future for child support. Join the club, after baby number 3, I think it's a wrap in there. I don't know how the law works. I don't know. But, she's got his 6th child. So she hit the court to demand that Future take care of baby number 6. Okay. In addition to her hitting the courts, she also revealed that there's also a baby that came after hers. So that's not even funny. But apparently, Future can take care of, so I guess he ain't worried about it. He's not worried about it. Anyway, her real name is Eliza Seraphin. She's filed legal documents in Broward County, Florida, alleging Future is the father of her 4-month-old daughter. According to the docs, Seraphin, known to her Instagram followers as Eliza Reign, claims that Future ghosted her ever since she gave birth on April 19th. She wants a judge to declare the baby daddy, Future the baby daddy, and make him ante-up child support. Eliza wants the child support retroactive, and she wants the judge to tack on hospital expenses that she incurred with the pregnancy. Meanwhile, Eliza hit the internet, child. Eliza then hit the internet to refute that she carried Future's baby for a check, because you know everybody's all in her business now. Now that she done got public, you know, they dragging her online. They telling her, you know, why you doing all this? Why you doing all this? You know, you must want some money. So she hit the internet, and here's what she had to say. He came back around. We got cool, hashed out the past. He made promises, then disappeared again. I'm not running no NIGGA down to do what he's supposed to do, so I finally decided to let the courts chase him instead. Regardless of how she got here, she's here. So stop making excuses and justifying a grown man abandoning an innocent child. Last but not least, since y'all making him the victim, if y'all saw these messages in my phone, you'd be surprised I didn't file 3 months ago. She got a whole lot to say, child. Eliza wants y'all to know a whole bunch. Here she go again. She's like, to be honest, I really think he did this and forced my hand to make me look bad. Like this is what I planned the whole time. I tried so many times to make things right with him for the sake of little mama. I didn't want the courts involved. I've never been into that. I was raised on the courts for police assholes. I was raised in and out of juvie. I don't want to see a courtroom either. But at this point, it is what it is. But wait, there's more. She continues. Whew, I don't even know if I want to read all this, child. I can't see. Oh, she said, as far as me allegedly trying to secure the bag, I lost over $100K having my little angel, lost wages and spent a great chunk of my savings, haven't been able to work since I was 5 months pregnant, closed down my physical location of my business because I didn't have reliable help to fill in my absence. Sold one of my cars that I worked hard to pay cash for. I was even wearing press-on nails at some point. Oh, the horror. She was wearing press-on nails, child. Her life is a mess. But I received and took care of both my children. I prayed, paid my bills, and kept myself together mentally. I don't want y'all to sympathize with me. I'm good. I made it through the hardest part of my life. Like, okay. Look. I don't even know where to go with this. But anyway, Eliza wants y'all to know that, you know, it ain't just about Future. It's about her. It's about her businesses. She said she had a range. She had businesses. She had A1 credit. She had all these things. She had all the watches and bags and shoes. She also had peace of mind. And despite the losses I've been taking doing this on my own, I still maintained it all. So to answer y'all's question, no, I don't need him to take care of his child. No, to take care of me. I need him to take care of his child. I was good before and always will be. That's what Eliza wants y'all to know. She was good and she always will be. Wait a minute. Eliza had a lot to say. But in doing so, and bringing all of this up, she also revealed that Future got another baby mama. She, like she's not the last on the line of baby mamas. You know, there's Sierra. Wait a minute. How many baby mamas he got? Hold on. Let me count them. There is... And Sierra, you know, Sierra wasn't the first. Sierra was like the fourth. He got 5 sons that we know of. He got a baby by Jessica Smith, Brittany Millie, Joy Chavis, Sierra. He has a daughter by India J and the newest daughter by Eliza Reign. And wait, she just confirmed that he has another son or daughter by the name of Legend that, you know, is younger than her child. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, where's all these children coming from? Hold on. This lady right here, this is according to Eliza. Eliza said that since my baby deserves this mistreatment because I'm a clout chasing IG model, ask him why he did the same thing to Cindy. And she put the Instagram name, XO Cindy Renee, his newest baby mama who doesn't dance, model, or use IG like that. He's clearly the problem, not the kids or the mothers. He goes around making promises and babies, then disrespects you and disappears. So now she done put this lady on blast. That's the new baby. This baby is 1 month old. Everybody done gone over to this lady's Instagram account. Her name is Cindy Renee. She's posing with a 1 month old who she has named Legend. So we got futures and legends and all this. So look, that's baby mama number 7, or is it 8? Or is it 9? I don't know. I lost track. So look, she done spilled all the tea. They got all the baby mamas. All the baby mamas that we know of. You remember Future went in on Wendy Williams for that flow chart that Wendy made that put all the babies in a line or whatever. So I'm just looking at this like, oh my God, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Okay. Somebody said Future need to use birth control. You think? I don't know. What else is on the blog today? All of this is on straightfromtheA.com, by the way, if you want to go over and check it out in its entirety. You know, shout out to all the YouTubers who be using content from Straight From the A and don't want to say Straight From the A. But, you know, I am Straight From the A, so of course I'm going to give myself my credit. But I digress. Last but not least, well, this is not last. What about the news anchor, the white news anchor who called her co-anchor a gorilla, or referred to him as a gorilla? Morning anchor Alex Hudson issued a tearful apology for comparing her black anchor Jason Hackett to a gorilla during a broadcast on Thursday's show in Oklahoma City. Now, the only reason I'm reporting about this, because, you know, it's a lot of Caucasians out there who feel like black people look like gorillas. It's a lot of black people out there who feel like black people look like gorillas. And apparently, rapper T.I. is one of them. T.I. hit the internet to comment up under the situation about this gorilla comment, you know, because everybody was outraged. Everybody was like, how dare she call this man a gorilla? That is just so disrespectful. She called him a gorilla, and he sit there and she said something like, you know, sort of looks like you, Bob, or whatever his name is. And he was like, yeah, it kind of does. But then they came back. She issued an apology. Hackett acknowledged the apology and accepted it, and explained that he wanted to use her inappropriate behavior as a teachable moment. He said the lesson here is that words matter. Sitting beside Houston, he also said that we have to understand the stereotypes, we have to understand each other's backgrounds, and that words hurt and the words cut deep. Now, T.I. didn't hit the internet, child. T.I. didn't hit the internet to comment. He went under Baller Alert's post because they posted the apology. And T.I. said, well, accept her apology. And I believe she was being sincere both times, cause kind of favored that gorilla. And he put the shrug emoji and a laughing face. Now, T.I. is the same person. T.I. is the same person who organized a boycott against Gucci for their gorilla-like turtleneck. Y'all remember that black turtleneck with the red lips, and they were saying it looked like, you know, a gorilla, or you know the legendary black face or whatever. So T.I. ordered a 3-month boycott. He was saying it's unacceptable and all of that. Now here T.I. is calling somebody a gorilla. I'm like really shocked that T.I. would sit here and defend this woman. I really am, because remember, T.I. got that us or else mentality. The album that he put out, like, it's all black pride. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I'm just really shocked. And so, I mean, I'm like, maybe blonde women are exempt from T.I.'s outrage. You know, I'm just saying, you know, since this woman was blonde, you know, she called the dark-skinned man a gorilla, and T.I. pretty much said, yeah, he looks like one. I'm confused. You said, was that my T.I. voice? Yes, that was my T.I. voice. You know, I gotta say, I gotta pontificate and eradicate. Gotta pontificate and eradicate the significant amount of racism. Anyway, I digress. Last but not least, shout out to Just AB. Just AB hit my comments a little while ago over on Patreon as I was preparing this blog talk, and told me that one of the former housewives is being accused of fraud. And I'm like, fraud? Who on earth is being accused of fraud? And come to find out, it's DeShawn Snow. We ain't heard from DeShawn Snow since her husband left her for that lady and had a baby. We ain't heard from DeShawn Snow since she wrote them children's books. We ain't heard from DeShawn Snow since she lost 50 pounds and she's really, really skinny now. So I'm trying to figure out what had happened. Hold on. Let me read it. Shout out Just AB. Hold on. According to Rodney Ho, my peer Rodney Ho over at the AJC. Shout out to Rodney. I like Rodney. Rodney Ho is reporting today that DeShawn, an original castmate on Bravo's breakthrough reality hit The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta back in 2008. Was hit with a civil lawsuit accusing her of fraud surpassing $157,000. Snow, who lasted just one season on the show, is a real estate agent. The plaintiff is Thrivist, a company that offers cash advances for not yet completed real estate commissions. According to the lawsuit filed August 27th in the United States District Court of Georgia, Atlanta Division. The lawsuit said, and I quote, Snow's expenditures outpaced her ability to earn funds as a real estate agent. She then allegedly attempted to sell a diamond brokering commission to Thrivist, but the lawsuit said Snow's commodity-related deals were dubious and she never earned the commission she was selling in exchange for the advance. Thrivist gave her company, DSE, DeShawn Snow Enterprise Holdings, $157,895.74 from the supposed commission that she was allegedly gonna get of $746,859 for the spot purchase of 22,000 blah 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 carats of diamonds. But the deal fell through, and the lawsuit claims that it was a sham meant only to provide Snow with a basis to secure another advance to fund her lifestyle. Oh, is that what y'all doing these days? Is this how y'all scamming the people? Y'all selling diamonds? Hold on, let me finish. The money, the lawsuit stated, was not used for any legitimate purposes of DSE Holdings, but spent by Snow to pay off personal debts and other expenses not related to DSE Holdings. Subsequent to obtaining the advance from Thrivist, DSE Holdings ceased conducting any apparent business activity, according to this lawsuit. Last year, DSE Holdings consented to an arbitration awards of $264,129.37, but Thrivist did not receive compensation, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit said Thrivist is owed $345,000 in compensatory damages and another $1 million and punitive damages. Snow, in a Facebook Messenger note, said her publicist will release a statement shortly. OMG. Somebody said, who is DeShawn? Y'all need to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1. I know it's been 12 whole years. It's been 12 whole years of this show. But there was some, the original OGs, which included Nene Leakes, Lisa Wu, who was Lisa Wu Hartwell at the time, Kim, KKK Zodiac, Sheree Whitfield, and who else was on there? Was that it? Am I missing anybody from season 1? I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a long time. But there's that. You said, I bet she isn't boring anymore. Exactly. She out here selling diamond stocks and diamonds that she don't have. There was something going on. I would love to hear from you guys. I was just going to come and hit it and quit it. But, I would love to hear. Maybe I'll take about 3 calls because I got to get out of here. I gotta get out of here, and I owe my Patreon some additional content, and because I'm going on Patreon tonight. I think I'm gonna wait till late to go on Patreon. You said DeShawn Snow must have had that one of the first season. Yes, she was in the first season, the very, very first season. She was married to Eric Snow, who was a basketball player. She was actually one of the only wives who allegedly had money, but I guess she don't have any anymore since she's divorced and her children are grown. But again, I digress. Let me put this phone number in here. I want to hear about y'all. I want to hear what y'all think about what T.I. has said. I want to think about what y'all think about Future Baby Mama. I want to know what y'all think about Richard Pryor. I want to know what you guys think. Hold on. The phone number is 718-362-6360. The PIN number is 942-7819. Thank you so much, C. Patterson. I appreciate you so very much. PIN number. Hold on, let me call in first.
Thank you. Joining the conference now. This free conference call is hosted by Conference Now.
What are you talking about, C. Patterson? Sexual references. What are you talking about? I don't understand. What is talking about? You said she was the boring one, Sabrina. Oh, yeah, she was boring in that season, but after that season, she got a whole bunch of drama. Caller 6578. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Is this Chris?
This is Chris.
Hey, Chris. See, I'm starting to recognize y'all's voices. Look at me.
Is this not your average chocolate, Michelle?
Yes, this is Miss Brown, not your average chocolate, Ernie.
Miss Brown.
Miss Brown is here. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. So let's see, the topics are, I always have problems with staying on topic. Richard Pryor, something, then DeShawn being fraudulent, and then what was the other thing?
T.I. saying that the man did look like a gorilla after the white lady called him a gorilla and apologizing for his racist undertones. And I'm really feeling some kind of way about that because I thought T.I. was a little bit more smarter than that. Like,
I didn't.
Even if you thought it, you wouldn't type it up in the comment section.
That's true. That is foolish, but honestly, he what do they call it? He preaches to be a part of the black community and this and that, but really, if you look at a lot of his life choices, like he doesn't. The same people he used to sell drugs to, now he's talking about he wants to uplift. One day, then he's talking about families staying together, but he can't stop cheating on Tiny.
Ooh,
so he's gonna just do what he does. But yeah, DeShawn, that's kind of crazy. Do you know, did she get kicked off the first season, or did she choose not to return back?
They didn't ask her back. So she probably would have been back. It's the same thing with Sheree and everybody else. You know how I always be like they got fired. Same thing with Phaedra. They all have contracts, and when Bravo chooses not to renew their contract, I'd be like they got the boot, which technically they did, because had Bravo opted to renew their contract, I'm sure they would still be there.
Right. I see. I heard you say something about not getting support. It's funny because I actually was watching somebody's video today and they shouted you out, so I thought that was cool.
They shouted me out, girl. Who was it?
His name is DJ Richie something. If you look up like a lot of like housewife stuff, you'll see it. But he just interviewed the loose booty drug addict Dineva, so he also supports him. But
did he shout me out though, or did he just use my images off my site?
he didn't use your images. What he said word for word was something like, shout out to them over at Straight from the A. They always come with the T, you know, they have it like that. And he said he wants to like support the black, you know, creators, and he shouted somebody else out in another video. But it was positive, like it wasn't stealing from him.
Oh, okay.
But you know, the people are real quickish, so maybe he just hasn't found out yet, you know, the whole debacle, or maybe he doesn't care and he's not going to be biased. But you know, it was nice to see him shout you out. Who are some other creators that you watch? Do you watch Lovely T?
No. Every now and then, you know, she'll come across my feed, but I watch like Tariq Nasheed. I watch DK4L, De'Ara and Ken. I watch so many random people. Yeah, I tipped into Jay Wilson the other day, but I don't watch him. I don't like him at all. But
why? See, I don't know much about him, but I know he's going back and forth with Tracy.
Well, the only reason that I don't see it for him is because during that whole Kaya situation, he did all of these videos talking about me, calling me fat and this, that, and the third, when he is clearly, you know, one hamburger away from obese. So at the end of the day, right, I'm just like, okay, you know, all of these men, you know how it was during that time. Together. They were all sticking together trying to support T.S. Madison, and they were dragging me simply because of the fact that I was being supportive of Kaya. So yeah, that was the only reason. I don't know him though, so I don't really care.
Who calls black women monkeys himself, so
exactly.
Y'all watching.
They were all calling me a monkey and a gorilla and Gary Coleman and anything else. And even that DJ Richard Sky dude did too. In the comment section, he came through somebody's comment section, said somebody he don't fuck with Gary Coleman and all this, and I'm just like, I don't even know these people. So yes, that's why I was like, that's
God.
why I know. That's why I'm like, he ain't shout me out, girl. I don't think he shouted me out. I think he just used my content without permission.
You know, he shouted you out, but I guess he's just on some fake shit. But he does hang around with the junkies, so you know you are who your friends are.
Okay.
But yeah, they do that too. So when they like to get on here and preach about that Black Power stuff, I wouldn't listen. You can't allow everybody to, you know.
But what supporters do you think that I should listen to?
You said, who do I think you should listen to?
Yeah, because I don't be knowing, child. I just be lurking.
Really, like you and Lovely T are like my top favorite, but I also listen to these people called Macros. They do like natural hair reviews. There's someone named iamATLien. I think you would like her. And then there's some smaller ones I listen to who, of course, don't talk about you. The people who talk about you, I don't listen to. But, you know, still, I don't really know enough about them to even, like, relate their info to you because they could, you know, a lot of the smaller ones, which they could be involved in some stuff. And I also watch Radina Ross-Devon. She's an astrologer. So if you're into, like, astrology videos, she's a good one to listen to.
Okay. Well, look, y'all check out Princess AG. Got some good videos too. And just like Princess AG, she's a moderator in the chat right now. She got some good videos. She just traveled to Canada recently, so I like watching like travel vlogs and stuff like that. So DK4L, which is De'Ara and Ken, they were in Greece this week or whatever. So I was getting my life watching their videos. So I love stuff like that. I'm real random. I just like to see people being happy and eating and drinking and, you know, having experiences and that type of stuff.
Right. Yeah, me too.
So I try not to watch, you know, YouTube gossip vloggers simply because I write about gossip. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really watch any of them. You know, of course they come across my feed because we doing pretty much the same stuff, but I try not to watch them because I don't want to like get that in my head what they talking about.
Right. Yeah, it's like that when you're in the same industry, you don't want to like get it crossed over. And then like the smaller, you know, down in the ghetto, sometimes they do talk about you and they just get the story like completely twisted. So I wouldn't blame you.
It's all good as long as they spell my name right. I'm good. Well, I appreciate.
Has New York called in lately?
No, she hasn't. Well, I haven't been on lately. You know, I have been celebrating my birthday / anniversary and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I I haven't seen a lot of postings, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope she does, and I want to hear him or her talk.
Okay. Let's see who we got. Some
That
people waiting.
oversoul
Let's
and
see who else on the
Adam
line.
Graffel.
Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you.
No problem, Michelle. Have a good one. I just wanted to call in,
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I appreciate my supporters. Y'all know, because if y'all don't call, I'm going to hang up. I'll be like, all right, bye, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Caller 6670, you're on the line.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, girl. This is Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina, girl. How you doing?
I'm just lovely. I am so glad that you came on in the afternoon so I can hear you.
Look, I tried to come on early because I want to
late.
go out tonight. So, like, let me come on early because if I
Okay,
don't...
so I understand.
I'm like, if I don't go on now,
Yeah.
I ain't going on. So, yeah.
Girl, look, I had to write stuff down because, I'm a little bit older and people like to talk and I'll be forgetting stuff.
Okay.
So,
I'm ready.
number one, I love the fact that you listen to Tariq Nasheed, girl. I absolutely love it.
I got a story about Tariq. I've met Tariq several times. I love Tariq, even though he's married with kids now. I've loved Tariq before he had Peanut. Like, I loved Tariq way back when he was doing the Mac Lessons podcast. When he came to Atlanta and he brought the Mac Lessons here, I was front and center at the Marriott when he was there. Like, I love Tariq.
Girl,
Period.
Keep it so real.
Yes.
I love it. Period. Did you see 5?
Did I see who?
Have you Hidden Colors 5? Have you seen
No,
that
I
one?
haven't seen it yet. I'm behind on the Hidden Colors. When he brought Hidden Colors 1 to Atlanta, I went. I'm kind of behind on my Hidden Colors, but I need to catch up.
I am too.
But I support him
I am too.
wholeheartedly.
I am too.
As much
Big
flack
time.
as he get or whatever, I love me some Tariq Nasheed. I don't care what y'all say.
Girl,
He is the funniest.
he gonna be the next Paul Mooney.
Yes.
Going into my number 2 statement. Because there's some bullshiggity. Some straight up bullshiggity. I'm 50 years old, girl. I ain't never, ever heard nothing about Paul Mooney even being gay. I never even knew he was gay.
I
so
knew he was
duh
gay.
on me.
I knew he was gay.
Huh?
Nah, I knew he was gay.
Okay. But I never, ever, ever heard of him doing nothing inappropriate with no young boy.
Mm-hmm. But why you think?
Ever. And
but,
now,
but why you think Richard Pryor Jr. is confirming it?
well, you know what? While you was talking, because see, I have you on 2 devices. I'm listening to you through my phone, but I got you up on I had it up on my tablet.
Uh-huh.
So I went on Google and I Googled Richard Pryor Jr. and it said actor. Now let me be real, and I ain't trying to be petty or nothing like that, girl.
Uh-huh.
But I ain't never, ever, 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 ever seen him in nothing.
Who, Richard
I
Pryor
didn't even know
Jr.?
his name existed. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
What has he been in
is he an
that
actor?
we might recognize?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, if you Google him right now, Richard Pryor Jr., it's going to automatically pop up now because I guess of this bullshiggity going on. But the first thing it says is actor.
Oh.
I ain't never, ever, ever seen him in nothing. I should go back there. Let me see what it say, girl. Thank God for technology. Okay, because like I said, the first thing it says is actor.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see.
So you
It says video. Oh, it says movies. Let's see what movies he done been in.
Uh-oh.
Some shiggity I ain't never heard of. College debts. Beyond the Basement.
But wait.
Bachelor's
Why we
Throne.
dragging Richard Pryor Jr. though? He ain't the one who started the rumor. He just confirmed it. Like, we ain't got to drag him for being
I'm going to drag them all.
Why?
I'm going to drag them all.
Okay, what about the wife? You going to drag the
Because-
wife too for confirming it?
Yeah, you know why?
Okay, why?
If he did this, and he did this to your son, even if you're going to if you're not going to, release the recording of him actually saying it at this man's funeral, why are you saying something about it now? And why is it nobody at that service ever said anything or it ever got out, ever? you know, word of mouth it can spread like a mother sucker.
That's true.
You know, and even if you're not in Hollywood or in that lifestyle, it's still gonna spread, girl. I ain't never ever heard of this story until now. This man is coming out saying this stuff. So it's their accusations and a dead man versus a man who gonna speak what he needs to say about society.
I get what you're saying, but the man who this allegedly happened to is not dead, and he is confirming it, and he was a teenager at the time. So you don't think there's any truth to it? But he's openly gay. I mean, but still, even with that, like, he was younger, and he even said himself, "I was a teen. How can I consent?" So I mean,
you know what? Was he a teen at 8? Was he saying 18, 19? You know.
We don't know the age because he hasn't confirmed. Like when Pryor found out, I guess he was like 19 because it was like 1980.
You know.
But what if it happened 5 years before that?
I want to hear the tape. I want to hear the tape. Okay. If you want me to believe half of what you are saying, you got to bring me some proof. You have to bring me some unadulterated proof. And if this young man at his father's memorial said this at the memorial of all places, I need some proof. You can't hold on to that. Because if he, just like any of them, I'm a survivor. Okay? So I don't give a zero full bars. I give zeros about who it is. It could have been King himself. If you did something to kids, you need to pay for what you did. You got to be accountable. I don't care how long ago it was. So if you want me to believe this about this man who talks about, let's be honest, he talks about our society, white society, how things are against black people. And he says it, and he doesn't care who he talks about, and he doesn't care the audience. He's going to speak his truth. So what better way to get this man out of the way than to do some stuff like this? That's just my theory. So that's why I'm saying she needs to come with some proof. I need to hear more than the bodyguard. This one person. I need something else. I need some timelines. I need some numbers. And I'm not even good with numbers. But give me a calculator and I can figure the shit out.
Okay.
You know? I just need a little bit more than what he's offering.
Okay. I mean,
I really do. I really do.
It's just interesting to me because I feel like the son and the wife have no interest in the book per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his former bodyguard. The former bodyguard coming out spilling, specific tea, that he was there and that Richard said this to him. And so while they didn't confirm necessarily that he had a bounty on Paul Mooney's head, they did confirm that there was some type of relationship between Paul Mooney and the son. So if they're both confirming it and neither one of them have really anything to do with the bodyguard, then why wouldn't we believe it?
I just need a little bit more.
Okay.
And a relationship, we don't know. I'm not trying. Let me stop because I don't want you to think.
Well, not a relationship. Like he said, they had sex. We don't know how many times. We don't know when. We don't know where. We don't know how much. But
we really don't know who initiated what. We don't know this. Even if they did do it, did they do it when he was 18 or younger, or did he do it when they were 18, when he was 18 and older? If he was 18 or older, he is legally an adult. If he was younger than 18, there's a problem. Because if you put the word relationship behind it, to me, that's saying more than once. That's saying there was some consensualness between some people and they was getting it in.
Yeah.
At least twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what the wife was saying. The wife made a point of saying that he was a boy, that he said child, and so meaning that he wasn't of age. That's the way I took it.
My son will always be a boy. A mama is gonna see things.
The mama, but who said that's not his mama? That was just Richard Pryor's wife. Didn't he get married more than once, or didn't he have kids?
No, right. Wait, the woman who's speaking, is it his mother or is it just one of Richard Pryor's ex-wives?
I think it's one of Richard Pryor's ex-wives.
Oh, shit. What his mama got to say about it?
But that's my point. So that's why I'm saying these people who are confirming it, who say they seen it, why wouldn't we believe them? Why is it so far-fetched to believe? I believe it.
What they got to get out of it? What do they need out of it?
Nothing. From what I can tell, they didn't even write the book.
I know I'm going to wait for some more to come out. I need to hear from his mama. I'm thinking this woman is his mama. It's just one of Richard Pryor's wives.
Yes.
I don't know, girl. I need some more information. This story is just breaking, so I need a whole lot of more information because when I get more information, there'll be more questions.
Okay.
But here's my final thing.
All right.
What's up with T.I.? Why he being all hypocritical and things?
T.I. disappointed me.
But
I'm so
girl,
disappointed.
I'm done. I was like, come on, T.I., speak the truth. Come on, let's do this. And then you're going to agree with this woman comparing this man to a gorilla. He should have been up in arms like never before. I'm confused, girl.
Or he should not have said anything in the comment section of the article.
Hello.
Like, why are you down there commenting and then your comment is something like this? It's like very hypocritical and I don't know. I'm just disappointed.
Sometimes silence is just
golden.
It's just best. And girl, girl, come on, T.I., use that energy to put out something hot now. Put out something new and hot. Use that energy there. You know, girl, I just don't know. I'm just waiting for the Real Housewives to come back. But until then, I gotta watch Basketball Wives.
Oh,
girl,
I don't even watch that. Okay, but what about Future and his 10, 15, 20 baby mamas?
Girl, how is the Future ain't never caught nothing? That's my thing. You doing all of this effing around, and you ain't using no condom.
We don't know what he got.
You know what, girl? I'm confused. I'm confused, Miss Seeley. I'm confused.
I don't know.
I mean, he need a condom and a hobby.
I don't know.
That's a hobby other than sex. How many baby mamas was it? Did you say 7?
7.
8?
Somewhere around
7.
there. Yes, 7.
Is it one child by each, or does he have? Do some of them have multiple children?
One has multiple children, but that's his stepson, so it's one child by each of these women.
Good God Almighty!
Yeah.
So no one, and he ain't paying no support to none of them.
Look, don't get me to lie. I think he is. I mean, he supports his children as far as I know. But this latest child that he hasn't claimed publicly yet. You know, she came out and said, she was his baby mama when she was pregnant. He never said anything. And then she had the baby. He never said anything. Then she was quiet for about 5 months. And now she's back because she's saying that they were having conversations and he just totally disappeared. And now she going to the courts. So maybe he was dropping them a couple of thousand every now and then, and they was satisfied with that. But here we are.
It's something to it. Did they have some blood work done?
Look, I don't know.
Because you know how females are. Come on now, you know how they can be.
But why you gonna blame them? Wait. We look.
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody.
No, but when you say you know how females are, I get what you're saying. I understand, but at the same time, it takes 2 to tango. Like they didn't steal his sperm.
It does. It does. It takes 2 to tango. So, girl. So go get the test done. If you ain't had no test done, go get the test done. It don't matter if she was trying to have Future baby, thought Future was going to change for her. And, I mean, come on, he done shown the pattern. Go get a test done. And if that's your child, take care of your child. Keep it moving. Get the next one pregnant.
What about, he already got the next one pregnant. He got a 1-month-old, too. He got a 5-month-old and he got a 1-month-old.
Now, that I don't understand. Why she put that other woman on blast? That was foul. You take care of your business. Worry about what he's doing or not doing with you. Mm-hmm. Don't put her on blast.
I think they in cahoots
You know?
because clearly they probably was talking to each other. The 1-month-old baby mama probably got in contact with her because she couldn't reach Future. Who knows, child? It's a lot going on.
Girl, you never know. People, girl, you never know. People just do not surprise me or shock me no more. Yeah, they do. Sometimes they make my jaw drop, and I be like, "What the hell?" But sometimes, girl,
It's
girl, I don't know. I just don't. I really don't. I'm just. I think I'm gonna get ready to watch Basketball Wives. That's what I'm gonna do. Girl.
Well, I appreciate you for calling
these crazy women
and giving me your input on my topics today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate seeing that notification that you went live at a reasonable hour for me, girl.
Yes, reasonable hour.
It's 7 o'clock. You know, because I have to be at work at 7:30 in the morning now. I used to work 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Now I'm on your schedule. Okay, let me be on your schedule. Since you got to be at work at 7, I'm going to start going live at 7 p.m. So,
girl, because getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning is a struggle.
I get it.
It's a struggle.
That's around the time I go to bed every day. So I feel you. I appreciate you.
And happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Queen.
Thank you.
You had your face whipped. You was looking so cute. You always look cute. Your skin looked like butter, girl. I got to give it to you.
Yes,
your skin is good.
I had to get
you looked really cute for your birthday.
I had to get Geisha boy Christian Balenciaga to beat my face so we could go hang out all night long.
Well, he did a wonderful job.
He does.
Shout
out to Christian. He is Geisha boy on Twitter. On Instagram. He does Young Levon Zun. He used to do Monica. He does all the people, child. He's great.
Oh, well, honey,
but he does not call himself a celebrity. He said don't be calling him no celebrity makeup artist. I said, but you do all the celebrities. He said he's not a celebrity makeup artist. He is just a makeup artist because he ain't trying to get on TV like these other makeup artists and stuff in Atlanta. He cracks me up. But yeah, he's great.
Oh, all right, girl. Well, happy belated again.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you and maybe talk to you again because we have such pleasant conversations. It's lovely to have a conversation, a grown folks conversation. You agree, disagree, you keep moving. It's a wonderful conversation with you every time.
Thank you.
So, peace out.
All right.
You have a blessed one, girl, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, we got 2 more calls. That's all I'm taking is 2 more calls. 8776. Hello.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Thank you. Who am I speaking with?
This is Janet from Jersey.
Hey,
How old
Janet.
did you turn? 32?
Oh, yes, I'm. No, well, you know, I put my 30s to bed.
You. Happy birthday.
Thank
Listen,
you.
Michelle.
Yes.
We are not going to mess with Paul Mooney. Now, we already gave the people Bill Cosby.
Well, they ain't trying to lock him up or nothing. They just spilling tea. You don't think Paul Mooney did it?
But you know what? I think when they used the word relationship, maybe they did have a relationship because, you know, their culture in Hollywood is a little different than our cultures here at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and, you know, not that much different from what I hear. So, you know, it is what it is, but they're not going to drag this man as much work as he have done to bring us forward as a people. And then now we're going to drag him. I mean, it was bad enough with Bill Cosby, which I think was all bull crap, because I think all of them women knew what was going on. That's why they went back to his room, you know.
Okay. Look,
so,
I don't know what to believe. I just know this tell-all book it seems like it's going to be juicy, and I will probably read it. I want to know what the bodyguard saw, because I'm sure there was a lot going on back then.
Well, you know what? My whole thing is now, how come these people seen all this stuff back in the day and now they speaking on it? When did it become so moral?
Probably after the people they was talking about died. They're not around no more. And you look, they need some money, so let me sell my story. I'm sure we'll be getting a whole bunch of tell-all books in the future.
That's a shame. There is a shame. That's a shame. As much as this man has pushed for black entertainers to come forward and still with Bill Cosby, as much people that have benefited from his activism in the black community and just pushing forward, just turned our backs on him. You know what? I think that the younger generation, they need to pay more attention to their history and who actually fought for them to sit up here and talk mess up on the internet and, you know, and make these little comments and stuff. You got to really think, because it was hard, you know. I'm much older than you, Michelle, and I remember, you know, I'm back in the days with fan sandwiches and sugar bread for dessert. No, it was hard, you know. It was hard. It wasn't easy. And for people to sit back and to be so judgmental at the drop of a dime because somebody mentioned something with no concrete evidence, it's saddening.
Right.
It's saddening. It's like we just throw all our history away. It really is. These people have fought things that, you know. Yeah. You know, like, look, Michelle, I never told you this, but my mother is mentioned in the book, No Cause for Indictment. She has a story. Her part of her life story is in that book.
What's the name of the book?
So I understand what people went through. You know, No Cause for Indictment.
Okay.
About the Newark riots. So I know what people been through.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because even as a child, when I was witnessing these things, you know, and these people that fought, now these people, they didn't go on or are too old and fragile to really defend themselves. And then you got these people that want to make a quick buck that didn't do their legacy, create their legacy for themselves, for their family, while they had chance, because they were so busy, you know, serving somebody else. And now they want to take a little bit back for themselves, and they want to go here and they want to drag these names. And then we have all these young internet generations coming up, and the only thing one person has to say is boo, and then they all fall for it. And now we got Bill Cosby in jail. And you know how many black folks have went to college off of his dime? I mean, people here have graduated. I'm talking about generations. He has changed generational lives, you know. And then they sit here and they say, well, Paul Mooney, you don't understand the doors that he had opened. I mean, Michelle, look what you do. The things that he did back there opened the doors that allow even the YouTubers that are on YouTube now to open the door for you all.
Okay. So why do you think that they would target? You know, you think that's the reason why they would target him? Like, or do you think this bodyguard is just out to make a quick buck? Like, why do you think that this story is coming out now? Because I don't know that I think that he would like go to jail or anything from it. I don't know, but I'm just trying to figure out what the end game is, if it's a lie.
Well, I think it's a lot about behind it, because he has done so much, Paul Mooney, and he has spoken out so vividly and so bluntly. I think it's time that maybe it's time that, you know, for him, maybe if the people sense that it's time for him, that his days on earth or whatever may be over with. And don't get me wrong, even in his frail state, that man mind is sharp. The man, you know, what your PhDs have now, what he has in his pinky can't compare. You understand? They can't compare to what he has in his pinky. So I think this is a direct, and I'm not really one for conspiracy theories. I think it's some people out there that say, hey, let's bring down this name. That everything that was positive within the black community, that pushed it forward, that pushed the needle forward, less muddy, so it's not too good. So when they hold up their heroes, because they tried to do the same thing with Martin Luther King, with all these mistresses and all this other stuff. Yeah. You know, anytime you have a powerful figure. So what I have to do, if this is true, then give me proof. And let me ask you a question. What took you so long, since you're so moral and upright, to come forth with this information?
Right.
Because you had an opportune time during the Me Too. You had an opportune time when Oprah was over there talking about Michael Jackson. You had an opportune time to ride that wave. So why are you doing this now? What is the incentive and what was the motivation for you to come out here and destroy a man's character with 2 or 3 sentences and then walk back into the shadow? I would like to know.
Wow.
I would like to know.
Oh, it's deep. That you got me
to
thinking now. You got me thinking. I appreciate your input because now I'm like, okay, well maybe why? HHTV brought up some good stuff in the chat too. He or she, I don't know if you're he or she, said obliteration of legacy. Same reason Quincy Jones was told to say what he said to Vulture, and they may do it as some sort of ritual too. Cause Quincy Jones did spill a lot of sexual tea. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Right, and what did he have to lose for him to go and do something like that when Quincy Jones did that? Because it's easy to tell on other people. So if they're this bad, then you must be 100 times worse because you're hiding what you're doing by throwing up their plaque. Now everybody knew whatever they did is whatever they did. You understand? Behind closed doors, they was growing adults that made their own money, put a roof over their head, and fed themselves. And not only that, pushed their community further. They pushed the needle forward. So what did you do, Mr. Quincy Jones? That you're hiding behind these people's sexual experiences. What are you doing? What did you do? Tell your story. Because believe it or not, in 10 to 15 years from now, when he's at his frailty and all of these Caucasian women that these men that went out here and married because they wanted to have the ultimate trophies, watch what they do to you. Watch what their kids and their family say about you. Now, and you're going to want one of us to stand up and say, hey, that's not right. But you know what? What are you going to do?
You're right.
You know what you're going to do because you don't have nobody on your side now because you done trashed everybody. You got to be hiding something.
You're absolutely right.
All right, Michelle. I'm just too slow.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Right. I'm a dig a little deeper now. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. And happy 32nd birthday. I don't care what you say. You don't look no older than
y'all keep giving me 32.
And that's on your bad days.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll take it. Y'all keep giving me 32.
Okay.
I'll take 32.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Oh, caller, last call. Caller 9158. Hello.
Good evening, my love.
Hi. Who am I speaking with today?
This is absolutely amazing.
Oh my goodness, one of my favorite people. Hey, absolutely amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm calling to disrupt.
Uh-oh.
Disrupt the wave tonight, baby.
Uh-oh. Who you disrupting on?
I'm calling with my child advocate hat on tonight.
Okay.
I am calling with my professional hat on tonight. I will not put all my credentials out. But what I will say is this, and we know, I'm pretty sure we have a large number of black people in the chat, and we know based on history and through our culture that we hide a lot of things in our family. Mm-hmm. And one of those things being is that we do not talk about that thing that we call generational curses or those particular family members that we know we need to keep our children from because we know Uncle so-and-so or cousin so-and-so touches on the children and things like that. And we know things have happened that we have pushed under the rug and we don't talk about and things like that. And children go unprotected due to secrets or information that has not been shared. Mm-hmm. And what we cannot do and continue to blame the people. You know, this man is an adult, but the message and the language that's coming across the narrative that a lot of people are saying, and I see in all the, posts that's being generated, that they're blaming, and I don't want to call him a victim at all based on the information that the bodyguard has put out. And it's not about the son at this point.
The son actually said, I don't know if you saw the video. The son actually said he was too young to consent.
Right. So we're literally re-victimizing him and literally discounting and not validating what he knows happened to him. And his father, and I don't want to say he failed, but he literally failed to protect his son due to his own lifestyle choices. And here we are as a people choosing to victimize, and not just victimize, but, just dog this brother out because, putting Paul Mooney on a pedestal because he's a celebrity and he's outspoken and he speaks for the people. I don't care who he was, and we have a terrible habit of putting people up, holding them up to a high standard because they have a title or they're some form of person in the community and they can't do no wrong. We have to stop that mess because predators don't have a face. They come in all forms. They come in all classes. They are poor, they're rich. They come in all genders, and that's another thing. We always talk about protecting our girls. You better start protecting your sons too, okay?
Right.
And all of this, you don't believe them, okay. You don't got to believe them. But when your grandchild comes to you at 22 telling you cousin Junebug bust his booty hole open when you was sitting in the living room thinking they was back there just hanging out, you going to feel bad.
Woo.
Stuff like this happens every day. Statistics say children are not molested by strangers. They're molested by friends of the family and family members. Stop leaving your children with everybody. Everybody don't love your children like you do. Stop blaming people for being victims of somebody else's sickness. I don't care how much you love a celebrity. You don't know these damn people. You don't know how sick they are. You got on your own family members that are sick as hell, and you don't know it. They smile in your face and pay your damn bills, but they fucking the hell out your damn children.
Woo. All right. It's the same thing they did, when they talk about R. Kelly. It's the same thing, how people still, even today, some people hold them up to a higher esteem and say, them badass girls, they was fast, or this, that, and the third, simply because he's a celebrity. I get it. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So it's so much more I can say about this. I've dealt with children in the system who've been removed from their homes. And it's so much more I can say about that. But it's sad that we are so quick to jump on the person that has been attacked, that has been abused, and I'm not on either side. What I am saying is we have to stop that and just wait and listen to, and just wait.
Right.
Stop blaming.
Right.
We cannot come with a definitive anything because this could be you and this could be your child.
Right.
There are so many secrets people die and take to their graves. Men in particular, black men, they have been more and more coming out, but black men have been taken advantage of, and they take it to their grave. Many of them have been raped and abused, and they have not told their parents. They have not told a soul. Okay? And see, I'm a crazy mama. My children know if something happens to them, I'm going to die or somebody else going to die, so they probably won't tell us. And that's the thing about children. They know most of their parents will kill somebody, or parents going to die trying to protect them, so they don't tell us. So if any parent is listening to me, don't tell your children, don't put that much fear in your child and be like, if something happened to my child, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. That's why your children don't tell you nothing, because they fear that they're going to lose you as a parent. So they hold that stuff and don't tell you. Tell your child, no matter what, I don't care what it is, tell me, baby. That's the only way I can help you. If you don't tell me, I cannot help you. So when you put fear in your child and say, I'm going to to kill him. I don't care what it is. They're not going to come tell you because they don't want you to go to jail.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're absolutely right. Ooh, this is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And like Princess AG said, stop blaming the children. Stop blaming the victim, period. Just stop blaming the victim. Because my thing is, even with this situation, I understand y'all talking about it's a threat to Paul Mooney's legacy and this, that, and the third. But, you know, as far as Richard Pryor Jr. is concerned, this is a situation that happened to him in his life, and he spoke on it. Maybe he didn't say names or whatever, but he basically confirmed that it was true. He said it. He was like, I could not have given consent. He said it. Like, I don't understand why y'all not seeing it, but that's just my
opinion. He said that.
Yeah.
I heard him. He said that. And it's even deeper, and you replayed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't even want to accuse Richard Pryor of something, but I mean, it's plain as day. It's out there. He said Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney had a relationship. What kind of relationship they had?
What you said.
He said it affected their relationship. Okay, their friendship. He didn't say their friendship. He said it affected their relationship.
Wow.
So Richard Pryor was so hurt that Paul Mooney turned on his sexual deviance to his son because he had a relationship with him. You got me, so why you gonna turn on my son when you got me? I'm a grown man. I'm the man for you. Why are you going after my son?
Lord Jesus, it's a lot.
He should have killed him with his bare hands. He should have beat his ass right there. Why are you gonna pay somebody $1 million? Handle your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
This boy got to grow up with all this pain on the inside of him. He don't know what to do. These children are ruined for the rest of their life. Once you take a child's innocence, that is something that they'll deal with for the rest of their life. When I'm telling you the truth, I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. That's something they're dealing with to the day they die.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot to hold on to, but I mean, I you know, when I think about it, like all these people coming forward, the ex-wife, the son, even though Paul Mooney has denied it through his publicist, but it's like these people have absolutely nothing to do with the bodyguard or the bodyguard story, and yet they are confirming that there was a relationship. They didn't confirm the bounty, you know what I mean, but they confirmed there was some type of relationship. So when you get all of these extraneous people who are confirming this, I'm trying to figure out what's not to believe.
Listen, they don't have anything to lose at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, I'm not taking sides. The bodyguard is telling that's his book to tell. You don't know what kind of agreement he had with Richard to tell. I worked in certain industries where when you are working that close with somebody of importance, you have to be a person of trust. So there are things you are privy to. That's why you are a bodyguard. That's why you are a personal assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how to keep your mouth closed. You see stuff and you don't see stuff. That's why you're around so long. So some of his stuff may be exaggerated. You know, a lot society, us as a community, we just can't take it. But guess what? There's some truth to it. It might not be all true, but it's some truth to it.
Right. There's some truth. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I used to get so mad at lies. I can't stand a liar. And my father used to tell me, he'd say, listen, there's some truth to it. If everybody's saying the same thing about somebody, it's some truth to it.
You're right.
So Paul Moon could have his publicist come out and deny whatever he want to deny, but he know what it is. And that grown man, the son, if he got a problem with what the son said, the son is alive and well. Richard Pryor is the one Richard Pryor is dead, right? He can't speak for it, but the son is the one that the act happened to, not Richard Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor is the one that so-called put the hit out.
Right.
But the person who was victimized is alive. So it's not about the money that was put out. It's about the act. It's about the abuse.
Right.
He's alive.
Look, well, thank you for dropping this bomb on us, child, because it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Parents, definitely listen to your kids. And this situation right here, I don't even know what else to think about it. Like, I don't know where it's gonna go from here. Like, now they're hounding Richard Pryor Jr. trying to get more details. Like, what's next? Where do they go from here? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the only thing they could do to help Richard Pryor Jr. is leave him alone, and if they really cared about him, ask him, make sure he's in therapy.
Right.
He don't need to be in front of nobody's camera. He don't need no microphones in his face.
Mm.
How you doing? Are you getting therapy? That's it.
Well, thank you so much for giving us this detailed, explicit details. I agree with everything you said. A lot of what you said, and everybody in the chat did too. I appreciate you.
Welcome, y'all. I'm sorry to keep y'all so long. I'm driving. I usually be home enjoying the tea, but I couldn't help it. I had to call you.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it.
I had to call you, but I'm sorry. This was a topic I couldn't. But I love y'all. I love you, Michelle.
Yes, squad. Love you too. Bye.
Thank you for taking my call. Good night.
Thank you for calling. Look, y'all, I wasn't gonna take but 3 calls. I got about 5. I know it's some people still holding. Look, I can't continue. I cannot. I've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. I will be back on Patreon late tonight, but I got to run out and do some things. You said, what y'all talk about in this chat real quick? That's not totally true. We've been hung up and burned off of lies. The bodyguard could tell what he saw. I say knock all these pedophiles out. If Richard Pryor don't want to talk about it, then leave him alone. You mean Richard Pryor Jr.? You're right. HTH TV3 been dropping jewels too. They say if Paul Mooney did do this crime, shame on him. Karmic gods will collect. However, all he said about racism over the years still on point. That's what they don't want. That's what they want us to forget, the truth. And again, HTH TV. I mean, I kind of liken this to the whole R. Kelly situation. The things that R. Kelly did does not negate that he made good music. The music's still good. He's an alleged pedophile. We've seen the things that he did. Does that negate that the music was good? Absolutely not. Does whatever Paul Mooney did, if he did do this or he did have sex with this underage person, if the person was underage, does it negate the things that he said about racism? Absolutely not. But, we do have to hold people accountable even if they do some good in the community, period. It is what it is. The bodyguard said he saw it or was told it. Let me find that video. The video is in that link I sent you. The video is on straight from the A.com. Both videos are on straight from the A.com, including the tweets that the mother sent. It's all compiled in this post right here. Let me put this link in here. There's the link for a lot of you who want to put the whole story together, all of it from beginning to end. The bodyguards video, where Rashawn Khan talks about his tell-all book, Everything Wasn't Funny, and he claimed that the only thing that saved Paul Mooney was Richard accidentally setting himself on fire during that crack binge. So, y'all can go ahead and put all of that together. What else did we talk about today? We talked about Future and his 9, 10, 11, 12 baby mamas. That's also on straight from the A.com, because his latest baby mama, Eliza Reign, they put on blast that he has another baby mama that's another baby that's less than a month old. So Future is collecting babies. We talked about T.I. in the situation of the Oklahoma City anchor who referenced the white Oklahoma City anchor, I must say that, who referenced her black colleague who said he kind of looked like the gorilla in the story that they were reporting on. T.I. hit the tweets, hit the comment section and said he kind of favored the gorilla, even though the lady didn't apologize and said it was racially insensitive. So now we all looking at T.I. like, where is your mind at, T.I.? Are you being colorist? Like, what's going on with you? Like, what happened to us or else? What happened to all of, you being, this pro-black, let's boycott Gucci situation? Like, we still on that. So there are several stories. We talked about DeShawn Snow being accused of fraud fraud. Shout out to Rodney Ho at the AJC who broke that story. So anyway, you guys, I will be on the Patreon later tonight. If you are a member of the Patreon, we're going to have a lot to talk about. I'm going to say 11. Okay, 11. Because I got to run out for a minute. I'm going to say 11. We're going to be on for at least an hour. And I may even do, we may even do like a little panel and we can all join in and chat and do some things over there. My Patreon is patreon.com. iamATLien. Hey, Donette, I appreciate you for tuning in. I see everyone tab black. Definitely, if you are just now joining us, rewind, watch the replay. It is over. I'm about to go. As soon as I cue my little music and, I'm start playing with y'all a second. Hold on. Let me get my music on. There you go. Shout out to Princess AG and C. Patterson for moderating in the chat. We didn't have a lot of trolls today because, the ATLien channel, they be doing me wrong. They ain't got me in the algorithm, honey. The people just have to watch the replay. You said, who was accused of fraud? DeShawn Snow. They're like, who is DeShawn Snow? She was one of the housewives from season 1. You may not remember. You may be too young. That was 12 years ago. What were you doing 12 years ago? Me? I was somewhere being married. I don't know. I don't know. 12 years ago seems like a long time to some of y'all, but it seems like just yesterday to me. 12 years ago, I started my website. 12 years ago, the housewives was on season 1. 12 years ago. 12 is a whole lot of years. That's almost a teenager. That is almost a teenager. Oh my God. We've been here for a long time. We've been here for a long time. But anyway, you guys, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Click on the notification bell. Make sure you select all. If you don't select all, you'll get your notifications 2-3 days later, child. You'll be sitting here and it'll say ATLien live, but I went live yesterday. YouTube be tripping. YouTube be tripping. They don't want us to make no money. They don't want us to have no clicks and views. Shout out to Juno. Hey, Juno. I would give you a wrench, Juno, but you be blocking people. Yes, the real housewives, HTH TV. Shout out to Just AB. Just AB bought him an ATLien shirt, honey. Shout out to Just AB. I appreciate all of you guys. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the squad. Nightbot just reminded me to shout out the new subscribers. We see you in here. I appreciate you. So if you haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com. I will put the links to these stories in the comment section below so we can talk about it. We can chill out. We can do all that. And again, don't forget to come over to the Patreon for, exclusive hangouts and commentary. And I'll be dropping jewels over there that I can't drop over here. Okay? Okay.